Hello, my name is Swiss Bianco. In this video we will have a look at a metal model of a Owen submachine gun design. This is a non-working, non-shootable model, just made in metal and not like in resin or plastic or something like that. It's all solid steel. Now Sarco, US company, did send out an email prior Christmas showing those models, and you could get them in two variations, either as we have it here, the raw metal, or the same with already being camouflaged paint in that typical Australian World War II camouflage that they put on many of those Owen submachine guns. So I selected the metal one because I need to alter it a bit and fix it up, and I wanted to do my own paintwork as well, and you can also save a bit money as you get the unpainted version. So the item did arrive relatively quick, but as we see here, the pistol grip and its screw is missing. So that is already a negative. They did ship out the missing parts, so they should be here in about a week or so. So one day I'm gonna make an update video about this item and quite likely tell a bit more about the history of the Owen submachine gun from back then. And yeah, it's a bit disappointing that you can ship an item without a pistol grip, that you would not see it, that it is missing. Anyways, that's one point. Second point, the foregrip here is completely angled mounted. It's a bit hard to see by the camera. Maybe that view gonna give you impression. We have here the trigger assembly that is straight, and here is the foregrip that is completely angled. How somebody can weld it on like that is beyond me. So we have basically this welding spot and a similar one on the other side that is holding that pipe here where the pistol grip is screwed on in position with what is the barrel metal. So that needs to be removed and readjusted as well, that the thing is straight. Absolute amazing. So the item did come also with a sling and a magazine pouch. So we're gonna have a look at that. We have the red muzzle part there, just a plastic in the muzzle brake. We have the front side here. We see they did not care to smooth up the edges or anything like that. And there is the fake screw that you could remove the barrel, and of course inside the breech there everything is empty. It's just a metal pipe. Then we have the trigger part here. It's just spring loaded. Nothing gonna move either. There is no bolt in it or spring for the bolt or anything like that. Cut it out style of the lower receiver here, and then of course we have the stock, and I'm gonna take that out so it's a bit easier. So we have here the stock, solid metal with the spring loaded action, so it simply interlocks there. That is alone quite design and a work. We even have some serrations there. Solid action. Just a little bit wiggle in the metal part as it goes in there in the sheet metal. That is relatively easy to fix by tightening it up. We have the sling loop mounted on it. There is the axis for the trigger, and yeah, the lower part here is welded on, so you can't take it off. Completely solid. And of course on top we have the magazine. So I need to take that out. They did a relative simple job, as you see in a second how that works. We have a fake magazine, so not even the magazine is working. We see we have a bit rust. Fake follower there. The magazine is too big. We have a slot that it can lock, and the plate, heavy solid made steel, and here we have the magazine. Well, it's also fake. You see there is no hole that goes through the magazine for the magazine at all. We have that part here that is not spring loaded either. It has here a bit of spring, but yeah, like this it's just loose. So basically that part here interlocks with that part here. As the magazine is in, then the thing is in the forward position, locking it, and that's pretty much it as a display gun, as a wall hanger you would call it, you know. And it looks pretty nice, I would say. The sling makes a good impression. I don't know if that is original or if that is a reproduction, but anyway, that looks nice. And here they say that is the original magazine pouch. We have a pouch for 6 magazines as best as I see, and I did not see any markings other than the usual arrow, and yeah, that came with it. The snaps snap into place there, so that is nice from them to give that with it. So yeah, the size as best as I see is 1:1. I still need to do a bit more measurements and all that. The problem is Owen submachine guns are not much around at all. Back then in Switzerland, in Europe, I never saw one. I didn't know what it is from books, but there was none of them ever like in a collection or for sale or in a museum over there, as best as I remember. So I never saw a real one, and that was quite likely the best chance to get something like that in my hands, to test it out, to see how the ergonomics are and all that. With that top-fed magazine, the 2 pistol grips, the skeleton stock, and the angled on the right side, angled sights, which actually we did not look at. We have here the angled sights, the rear sight, and what is also the cocking part of the bolt is fixed in place, so not moving. It looks pretty real, pretty good from what I see. Of course the metal would be way too weak to make that functional, so it's strictly for display, for wall hanging and that kind of stuff, but still it gives you the feeling of that unique design, the ergonomics and all that. I wanted to test that out for quite a while because it's a unique Australian design that Evelyn Owen back then did, a remarkable man with some great ideas back then. So that much about the Sarco model of the Owen. That is part 1. Part 2 gonna follow in a while.